And first up, for the first video we're doing while full-time, this is Creating a World That Doesn't Exist by Twifies. This is the background to how his entire two-part series, at least two parts so far, has gone down and been built. I really want to know, man, because some of the things he built for this, they're insane, and I really want to get the scoop on this. So let's jump into it. I'm just going to leave it like in advance. I remember this. It creeped me out so much. Just the journal in there, and then the more you find out about this, the more creepy it got. How much of this did he build in advance? How much was this community made?
Whatever you do at the crossroads,
Don't turn left.
know that this isn't actually a lore video, and it's a behind-the-scenes video. Yes?
You got, I mean, I knew it was not a lore video, but I thought he was just replaying the intro as a way to just use it again, and then... I got reverse jump scared of unscared when I was expecting it.
You read the book right. This is going to be a small behind-the-scenes video for the Wifies video,
Small.
destroying a world that doesn't exist. But to make it a little more interesting,
it's
I'm
both
going
of
to
them, too.
structure this video in the form of an iceberg. So right now on screen, you
He's iceberging his entire video. Wait. Obelisk Code, library, references, Horus, the Lich, Unstable Universes, Gravity Falls, Andrew Gaming, Portrait of God, Stop Motion, the Icy, Flowers, The Pool, Chainsaw Man, the DMS, Death Message Sensor, Recap, Shulker, What Happened to Durlord, the original ending. There's more than one. Grok Love Me edits, oh god, kiss my butt. April Fool's lobotomy video, Nearly Avery, Sheaf. Wait, there was someone who was nearly Avery. Avery and the Eyes blooper? Oh, jeez.
can see an iceberg of everything I'm going to be talking about in this video, starting with some of the more surface level stuff you might have noticed in the Wifies video, and at the bottom, some things that you definitely did not know about, as well as...
I mean, me not knowing things is probably why I'm here, so neat!
Bloopers, deleted scenes, and even another video in this series.
What?
But with that said, let's get into it.
I'm sorry, did he just...
And even another video in this series. But with that said, let's...
I heard rumors that was the case, but oh, hell yeah!
Let's get into it, starting at the surface level. Also, obviously, this video has spoilers, so if for some reason you didn't watch Searching for and Destroying a World That Doesn't Exist, go watch those two videos, and then...
I'd like to say who would actually do that, but considering how many times I've done that with videos that got spoiled for things I want to check out... yeah, we'll find out. And Croc hoping my channel is the Titanic for how many icebergs I run into. Don't worry, I'm an icebreaker, man.
Watch this one. Also, there are a lot of references and cool behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm not going to talk about here. So if you want more info about that, then check the description after watching. But with that said, let's get into it.
Oh, there's even more.
I don't know who this Durlord 3 guy is, but...
Obelisk Code. When Avery explores the desert, he stumbles across a giant obelisk with some strange runes carved into...
And he didn't get it, so he moved on. Okay.
The base. But try as he might, he can't decode them. So, is there a meaning? Well, yes, it actually is possible to figure out what these say, and there is an intended meaning I had in mind. My idea with this video is that each pocket dimension, or world, has an exit gate and a skip gate. The exit gate to the mountains is under the tree, but the secret skip gate to get further ahead is on the top of the tree. And the skip gate, like I said, allows you to go way further along the hall than the normal.
So... That's so cool. Because we did see that in the video that some of them did. Wait, did he actually build all the worlds he didn't show then? Is this an ARG you can play through normally on top of everything else?
Normal ones. You can go way more bridges down. Each world technically has its own skip gate, even if I didn't build it, and has a clue on how to find it.
Okay, so he did actually build the things that weren't shown. That makes more sense. It would have been... admittedly incredibly cool if he had, but still incredibly cool that he even thought about that and included that in part of the lore.
So if you take the symbols on the obelisk and flip them 180 degrees, you get these, which don't look much better, but now are actually just enchanting table symbols and decode to the word.
And anyone who knows Minecraft probably has an obsessive knowledge about it and can understand this much easier.
below, implying
Yeah, that would do
that
it.
the skip gate is right below this obelisk.
Oh? How'd you get in
Library
it?
references. The infinite library that both Avery and Derek explore is full of references to some of my favorite pieces of fiction and some of my inspirations for that video. I don't want to tell you where each one comes from because I think it'd be way more fun to figure it out for yourself and how they connect to my
Ever taken a road trip through Pacific Northwest? Gravity Falls. It's literally right in the title, yeah.
video, but some of them you definitely might recognize from other popular Minecraft videos you also might have seen.
I would not actually know this one. Minecraft, but I survive again in Parkour Civilization. What?
The jumps to get to the beds was a 5-block ice jump. Is that even possible? I opened the chest expecting to find nothing, but to my surprise, there was a book. When I opened it up, I realized it was written in parkour.
Well, part of me feels bad for Saps, but
Okay, this one I do know. This I do know. Oh, what was the reference I missed here?
if you had to betray one
They had Fluxion's entire speech. If you had to betray... Oh my... How did I miss that? Oh...
person to save 1,000, would you?
Orchard's carpet. The
I have no idea what
orchards
that
are
is.
what I call this red dimension Avery gets stuck in, and
Because it's a carpet of what looks like an orchard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought it was just grass. That makes more sense.
they also have a skip gate, which Avery tries to find by investigating strange blocks, counting the number of beds in each house, but failing to notice the obvious arrows in the floor made out of carpets, which
Oh, those were arrows. I thought they were swords. Like, just point... I was also looking the wrong way anyways. That's like, sword this way. Yeah, no, now I see it. That makes more sense.
all point to the center of the map, where the skip gate awaits under the middle hill. Horus. All the maps in
Horus?
Destroying a World That Doesn't Exist were built by the super talented team over at Horus Creations. If you want to support them,
Wait, there's just a team that makes maps like this. Oh, that is insane. I don't even play Minecraft and I'm looking at this and just absolutely absurdly impressed. Like, everything about this was just, well, breathtaking, admittedly.
project and explore every single one of these maps yourself, then you can for $5 by visiting this link, which is also in the top link of the description.
Oh,
and
shit.
you get access to every single world in this whole video. Please do.
Oh. Oh, wait. So people could just get the entire video maps. Oh, people are going to do some crazy shit with access to this, man. I can't wait to find out.
Not feel obligated at all, though. We've already gotten plenty of support, and the video obviously did super well.
Just a bit.
If you want to explore, the option is there. If not, totally fine. Gravity Falls. There's another reference to Gravity Falls
Another?
that isn't just a book in the library,
Oh.
and it's actually the climactic scene, the
If it's a reference to the King Yellow, isn't that just what Bill Cipher is based on regardless? I've never seen Gravity Falls, so I could also be very wrong about this.
finale scene.
Now, parrot.
Spoilers if you haven't seen the show, but Gravity Falls ends by the main villain, this triangle fella called Bill Cipher, being trapped in the mind of one of the main characters, and then that character gets his mind erased, and Bill Cipher dies because he was trapped in his mind. Sound familiar? Gravity Falls is my single favorite show of all time, so I wanted to honor it by basing the ending of my video and the king's final speech off of that climactic final scene.
Oh, I had no idea about this because I've never seen Gravity Falls. Honestly, I still might check it out someday. I don't care about the ending because I don't know anything leading into it. But it was literally a 1-to-1. So it was literally a giant shout out. Which also means if there's a third part, that's like him essentially going in and saying, hey, what would happen if Gravity Falls had season, I don't know how many there were, the next one. Oh, that's so cool.
Idiot! Don't you realize you're destroying your own mind too?
You fool. Don't you realize you're destroying your own mind too?
You're making a mistake! I'll give you anything! Money, fame, riches, infinite power, your own galaxy!
I'll give you anything you wish. Life, power, no.
Andrew Gaming 67. Andrew Gaming 67 is a super popular ARG that I cut.
It is. See, this is just me not knowing. I didn't actually know anything about this, so this is one of those references that I just wouldn't get because I'm not in the Minecraft scene.
In my now second longest video. The protagonist of it, Andrew, is actually the same person who I asked to voice Avery for.
Oh, wait, he's done more ARGs than just these two that I've seen. Ooh.
My video.
Welcome to a showcase, so to say.
Hey guys, so as you probably know, there was a video about my world.
The audio recording for him now over before, he definitely sounds way more confident as a voice actor. Not bad.
But if you paid more attention, you might have also noticed that this well that I used in the church world is suspiciously similar to the most important element of Andrew's own ARG, the iconic well, Abel and Yannius.
So he literally had a shout out to the creation made by the guy voicing his own ARG. Oh, dude, that's actually incredibly ingenious because it ties into the work he's doing. I wonder how many just chuckles he got out of that. It's like, so I'm voicing an ARG, referencing my ARG.
If you don't know, I appeared briefly on the pre-show of this year's Minecraft Live, where I talked about my YouTube videos and also—
Oh, that's him?
I appeared briefly
Oh, shit. I didn't know he had long hair.
on the pre-show of this year's Minecraft Live, where I talked about my YouTube videos and also created a mini ARG for people to solve.
What?
The ARG story was about the village from the first part, searching for a world that doesn't exist, and we learn more about the cult members that inhabited
Oh,
it
he actually had
before
models
the
for them.
events we see in part 1. The main point of conflict is that Yannius, one of the villagers, disappeared into thin air, and no one can seem to remember him. This same Yannius is mentioned in the Wifies video by the author
Brother
of the
Yannius
books,
is gone.
his brother Abel, the vessel the cult was going to use for the king. The Lich. The Lich is one of the main villains from the Cartoon Network show Adventure
See, here's the thing. My wife loves the show. I never got into it. Also didn't have cable. So I don't know anything about the Lich. Or most of Adventure Time. So a lot of this probably just went over my head.
Time, also one of my favorites, and one
That
of
is
his
hard to
most
look at.
famous monologues goes something like this.
Fall. There is only darkness for you.
Oh. His voice is surprisingly, like, warm. Also, Luna, I'm just going to pull up your comment. You said you'd recommend Gravity Falls by the Film Theory? Wait, Film Theory did a video about Gravity Falls? Yeah, sure, I'll add that to the list. That sounds awesome. Huh.
And only death for your people. You are strong, child. But I am beyond strength. I am the end.
Seems pretty familiar, right?
There is only darkness for you. There is no hope. There is no future.
And that's why you barely see the skull when he's speaking. Because it's literally the Lich being personified here.
Your mind is strong, but I am beyond strength. I am Fall.
Unstable universe. Before I
they were falling apart.
blew myself up, I used to be one of the main characters of a scripted server called Unstable Universe. So
Oh, I thought it was a reference to how everything was falling apart in some of them, but no, it's actually a server. How do you have a scripted server? Just, like, did everyone have lines they had to read out, or is it like certain things are just going to happen?
that's why this line exists in the video. Your universe is looking a little unstable.
Silence.
He literally just had a freaking shout out to his own previous work that he was part of. Oh my god. Okay, that works. Under the surface.
Portrait of God. Portrait of God is a short horror
What?
film released a few years ago that I absolutely love. It
Also, sorry, I was sick when I recorded the rest of the video, so excuse how I sound. I just wanted to post faster. Yeah, I've done that. Oh, also, Zero, I'm going to pull up your comment. One, thank you. Two, it's time again. How about more villain songs? Last time was fun. By the way, I got the new Limbus idea ego in 60 polls. God damn you, lucky son of a bitch. Sure. Zero, just give me a link to specifically which one you want or the name of the villain songs. Mostly because it's easier for me to search up which ones and which ones you think are safe for YouTube. Should be fine if it's mostly fan-made stuff. So yeah, figure out which one specifically and I'll pull it up.
Has one of the most terrifying reveals I've ever seen in my
What?
entire life, and I don't want to spoil it because you should watch it and experience it, and just
By Dylan Clark, Portrait of God, a short horror film. Oh God.
know that when you do watch it, you'll understand exactly where I referenced it in my video. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out after. The true author. The books you see written by Abel or The Vessel were actually written by the voice actor for Abel, the YouTuber Zemyth. They're
Oh.
beautifully written and
Oh, he actually went through and wrote all of those. Damn. They were very haunting, so he did a good job.
I owe it completely to his artistic genius. I could not have written those two books myself. So he wrote and voiced that character. 20W14 Infinite and Knights. When the King's Realm was falling apart, you might have noticed a few interesting frames when the world was corrupting. These are actually all real Minecraft dimensions from the 2020 April Fool's Day update, which added a ton of strange...
Wait, there was an April Fool's update? Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's literally just breaking the world as the update, also known as Microsoft owns it.
corrupted looking dimensions to Minecraft. Specifically, this screenshot is the same world that I used to make the thumbnail for a different ARG video
What?
about the ARG
My Minecraft world is deleting itself. Oh.
channel Knights. Stop motion darkness.
What?
This is one of my favorite behind the scenes in the entire video, specifically because of the way it was done. The scene where Derek gets captured after entering the cathedral is done with stop motion. So I
Stop motion. Oh, so he probably took an individual picture, changed something, went in, took a picture, changed something. Because stop motion is literally every frame is another picture of a physical item that you're moving, and you just take yourself out of it. I guess it's easier than a solid recording that you then cut yourself out of. Also, Zero, that would be 5 Great Villain Songs too. All right, I'll just pull this up to the side. 1 second. But yeah, this is honestly
here, maybe?
kind of insane, and I love it.
stayed fully still while Horace, the builder, placed 14 black blocks at a time, and I just kept taking
Oh, so there's more than one person in the server, and they were placing blocks probably in creative mode while he was doing this. Only 14, though.
screenshots. I took 60 screenshots, and you can see them all here, and if you make each of them a few frames long, you get this sequence.
Which means he probably did the same things for the eyes dissolving in and then dissolving out. Oh, dear God.
Which I think is just such a cool effect.
Yes.
Hidden Trilogy. This one's a quick one, but
What?
you might not have known that the reason that this video was 2 hours, that it was so long, is that it was originally meant to be 2 parts, and the whole series was meant to be 3 parts, searching for a world that
Meant to be. Wait. I thought he talked about how there was going to be a third one, or it might not be connected then. Oh.
doesn't exist was part 1, finding a world that doesn't exist would be part 2, and that video would end when Avery blacks out, and then destroying a world would start with Derek's POV.
And that's why it was so long, because he just threw them together to keep the momentum going throughout of it. Also, Crumbly, I missed your message. Sorry about that. Series called The Mask Resurgence, The Mask Devotion at Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't actually know much about Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen a few things about it, but I don't really know much about it. If chat's interested, we'll see what happens.
But I ended up combining them because I didn't think it worked well as 3 parts, and I just wanted to show you guys the full story as fast as possible.
But wait, so we already have what were originally the 3 parts condensed into 2, but he mentioned there's a future video. So is it a completely new storyline or a continuation then? Honestly, I think either option would be kind of fun.
Conway's Game of Life.
I have no idea
you
what
might have
this is.
realized this after Avery makes this absolutely hilarious joke, but the
Like Kanye's something. That's not where I was going with this one. Okay.
Hanging Mountains dimension are loosely based off the computer science simulation Conway's Game of Life. If you aren't familiar, it's this grid made of little
Nope.
cells that operates on very specific rules. And if these rules from the Wikipedia page look familiar, it's because they were exactly the reference for the Hanging Mountains. If a mountain has multiple neighbors, one of them gets deleted. If the mountain has one neighbor, it gets deleted, and so on and so forth. The eye scene. This is more of a behind the scenes on how he made this scene come to life, but the big eye deteriorating over time is actually the work of 3 invisible builders breaking blocks in a circle. I bring it up because
Oh, so is it not stop motion then? Okay, I was assuming stop motion, but no, apparently not.
I think it's a neat effect done in a very, very simple way. Death Note Mountains.
What?
If you haven't watched Death Note, then there's this very popular scene where one of the main characters tries to trick one of the other characters by giving him 3 real rules about a certain situation and 1 fake one in order to catch him in a lie. The scene...
Here's the thing. I think I've seen this. I think I've read the manga for this. I do not remember this in the slightest. Huh. Okay.
Where Derek tricks the fake Avery with a fake rule is directly inspired by that scene from Death Note. Carcosa and the Cologne Cathedral. The final location before Derek gets summoned.
The Carcosa one makes sense, though. Cursed Carcosa of all things. The Cologne Cathedral, I know I've seen it, I just don't remember anything about it.
By the king is directly inspired by online images of Carcosa, which is the fictional land ruled by the King in Yellow. The cathedral itself is based...
Just to clarify, though, when people say the fictional, they're not talking it's in the book. The thing is, The King in Yellow is actually a collection of short stories, only a few of which at the beginning of the short story collection directly relate to The King in Yellow. And you never hear the actual words. You're reading a story about people who read the story or learned of the story and watched them go mad after having read it. You hear things about it, but you never actually get the direct novel itself. So it's a book about a book and how it warps people's heads. And then everything else about it is just from little descriptions that make it through. So this is admittedly as good a description as anything else because it's kind of bullshit and I love it.
On the real-life Cologne Cathedral in Germany. Easily one of, if not the most beautiful
Gothic
build
architecture,
in the whole video.
I mean, it's probably not Gothic, but Into the Unknown. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what style that would be. It might be Gothic, but I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. That's on me. I do wonder what the next one's going to be. Oh.
Black hole sound effect.
What?
Throughout the video, when the king appears, we hear this noise.
Because I think NASA did a audioization of the frequencies they were getting from a black hole to let people experience it in a way that it's not completely accurate, but also gives you an idea of what a black hole would sound like.
This isn't just some random sound, though.
I mean, technically, it literally is a random sound because we have no idea what it actually is. We know it's a black hole, but is that what it would sound like?
Thinking about sound design for this video, I wanted the king to feel like an all-powerful, impending, unstoppable cosmic being. So what better noise to use than the literal sound a black hole makes? As
reported from The Guardian, it was recorded coming out of the Perseus galaxy cluster.
Recorded and published by NASA. That audio when the king appears is sound from a black hole. Oxidizing copper eyes. This one is a quick one, but it's kind of funny. If you do buy the map and go see the eyes, you'll notice there are suspicious specks of blue, which aren't present in my video. This is...
I did not notice those.
Not the intentional look of the build, but it's actually...
Because they're copper and they probably have environmental effects. Okay, that's why I didn't notice them. Okay. Dude. Also, Magtar, that would be the accretion disk, the glowing mass flowing around the black hole. Yep. Technically, if you want to see a bigger example of it, look at the Milky Way galaxy. Because we're apparently floating around a supermassive black hole that holds it together, which is maybe what is at the center of all of galaxies.
The copper blocks oxidizing over time and creating this effect. Flowers and Carcosa. The scene where Avery goes from grave to grave after reading the book in the chapel is inspired by this analysis video on The King in Yellow made...
Oh, I've seen this video. I think I've seen this video. I know there's multiple Kings in Yellow video. Maybe I haven't seen this one specifically.
by a channel called Tale Foundry.
It's good shit,
There's
too.
a story called An Inhabitant of Carcosa, where a person finds themselves in a strange place, with trees and tombstones littered everywhere around them. This place is Carcosa, and they are a lost soul in the afterlife. I imagine Avery bringing flowers to these graves is helping these lost souls navigate the spirit realm. Avery is acting as the realm keeper, doing chores for the church, and helping any spirit who finds itself stuck. Derek Hutchins.
Actually, that gives it a lot more meaning, because I thought the initial interpretation of that would be he's forced to go through meaningless acts without understanding what they are, which is exactly what happened. But the fact that, at least in this interpretation, they had meaning is kind of fascinating in its own right, considering it technically makes this a bigger world in general than just you're dealing with people here. So I kind of love that interpretation.
Origin. So Derek's name is actually a reference to two different people. The name Derek comes from this guy named Derek, who appeared frequently in YouTube videos by a YouTuber named Ryan Higa. I was always a fan of him because he knew how to breakdance and was pretty good in these parkour horse videos Ryan used to make. The Hutchins part of Derek's name is a reference to one of my favorite all-time YouTube videos. It's called Earth's Deadliest Computer Virus by a channel called Disrupt. It's been taken down for a few years now, but you can find
probably because it had
uploads of it all over YouTube, and in my opinion, it's a masterpiece of a video. It's top 5 videos I've ever seen, and the main character is a real person named Marcus Hutchins. He's this phenomenally talented computer scientist I admire, so I dedicated Derek's name.
Was it taken down for music usage because it's an old video or something else? I think I need to figure this one out. I'll just check it out someday.
As a little head nod to him. Cosmic Dance Book.
What?
I mentioned earlier that the library is full of Easter eggs to some of my favorite works of fiction and inspirations for this video, but there's actually a book that you can only see if you watch Avery's raw footage, and that didn't make it into the final cut for pacing reasons. That is this book, which
The cosmic dance of bursting decadence, and withheld permission twists all our arms collectively, but if sweetness can win, and it can, then I'll still be here tomorrow to high-five you yesterday, my friend. Oh, God.
It's a quote from the show Adventure Time that I mentioned earlier. In the Pool / Chainsaw Man. In 2025, an animated movie about the anime and manga Chainsaw Man was released. It's an insanely well-made movie, but
yeah, Chainsaw Man. I never got into this myself just because way too depressing for my taste, but it looks beautiful, man.
Easily one of the best scenes in my opinion is this one, where the main character reflects about picking between these two girls that he likes. And while he's deciding this, there's this absolutely gorgeous song playing in the background called In the Pool. I won't play it too much for copyright reasons, but if you listen, you'll see a ton of similarities to the song Synthetic Lullaby that was composed by Ben Bracey for my video.
Oh, so the entire audio score was a shout out to Chainsaw Man, at least in this section? Dude. Because it had the really kind of lilting piano melody there that maybe it's just me, it sounded incredibly depressing. Oh, yeah, even I know art of her, the bomb head girl. I'm assuming she died horribly because it's Chainsaw Man. Hell, I'm kind of surprised he survived by the end, but that's beyond that. And there's his version as well. And that's the change. They're doing 2 notes instead of 1, so it's a little less clear, a little more muddied, which I think fits better with this entire slightly grayed out world. Ugh. It is massively haunting, though,
when I
and also
requested
very
that
beautiful.
track, I specifically used In the Pool as a reference, and that whole scene for my video is a direct reference to the scene from the movie. Also, kinda subtly, my entire video is inspired by Chainsaw Man, in that the opening for the anime is packed with references to various movies and...
It is? I don't do a lot of these movies, so I actually don't know it. Wait, Sadako versus Kayako? What? Not even gonna ask.
TV shows, and I thought that was really, really
Once
cool.
Upon a Time in
and wanted
Hollywood,
to try
Time
it
of the Killer
myself,
Tomatoes,
so
Don't
that's why
Look
my
Up.
video has so many references to things all over Minecraft and YouTube.
He literally got to make a shit post without making it a shit post. I guess this would be a super serial post. Okay.
And TV. The DMS. The Department of Metaphysical Sciences, or the DMS, is a government organization that has appeared in 2 of my other ARG videos.
Oh, it has? How many other ARGs has he done? I might need a playlist at this point.
But the reason they're relevant here is if you go to the Google Drive folder where Derek's footage is supposed to be, you'll see it was actually confiscated by the DMS that
I've heard that they made a change. Yeah. Because after the video came out and after the movie or not the movie, I guess it's long enough to call it a movie. After the video ended, there was an update to the folder. So this is the update. The footage of what belonged to Derek Hutchins has been temporarily seized for investigation by the US DMS. We thank you for your patience.
themselves. Why and what this means for what's happening to Derek, I guess time will tell.
Mother! You did... I was working with the assumption, yeah, there might be more, but it's not right now. But then looking at this, I'm just going like, oh, maybe it is right now. The depths. Ooh, also, Andre, I'll pull up your comment. 1 second. I should probably pull this up while I'm at it. That's the wrong button. Here we go. So, Andre, hi, more Deltarune. Unfortunately, for the memberships at the Go Team Audit Evil, that doesn't guarantee the videos will be put in there. Also, I mean, we already have a guaranteed one. And Stuck, you sold $1,000 fryer? I have so many questions. But yeah, just to clarify though, that's gonna be tomorrow. Or I guess Monday, whenever it. Where did I put it? I thought I had it. Ah, here it is. Yeah, there's going to be entire Deltarune stuff already that Bill put forward. So you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. But the Go Team Otter Evil doesn't, for membership, doesn't guarantee videos. It just guarantees you can see anything that does come out. That's it. There is going to be more Deltarune regardless. Also, while I'm here, I should probably just pull this over. Yeah. This one's going to be over here for a guaranteed video. Still going to be starting on Madman, though. Okay. Housekeeping. The depths.
Ryan the Mayo. Before Avery was Avery, the original placeholder name I had for him was Ryan, but that got changed pretty.
Oh, also, I missed Luna's comment about the ultimate timeline. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. I am all over the place today. Sorry, I'm just really engaged with this video right now. If things are missed, though, let me know, because I am kind of oblivious.
Quickly once writing started and Avery was born. George Harrison scene for months.
George Harrison. Isn't that the guy from the Beatles? Or is it someone else who I'm just completely oblivious about? Huh.
The ending scene where While My Guitar Gently Weeps plays and Derek and Avery argue, I actually had that scene written for 3 months before.
He already had that written. Oh, he's one of those guys. There's a lot of ways you can write stories. Some write from beginning to end, others write highlights, and some people write a scene and then make everything else fit. This entire process terrifies me because you can change so much by going from beginning to end that by the time you get to the pre-written stuff, it's absolutely wrong. Usually you could just change it there. Sometimes you don't. I'm looking at you, the ending of Fallout. Sorry, not Fallout. Mass Effect 3, where that entire cutscene you can tell was made in advance. It has absolutely nothing to do with the actual game at that point. I'm not holding anything on that one. No, nothing to hold there.
Before Part 1 even released. All the way back in July 2025, I had this specific message written, specifically with While My Guitar Gently Weeps playing in the background.
Oh.
Not only because I love that song, but also as a tribute to one of my favorite movies, Kubo and the Two Strings, which
I've actually heard about this one. I heard it's a very good movie. I just never got around to seeing it.
also uses a cover of While My Guitar Gently Weeps in its final scene.
Oh.
Death message censor. The keen-eyed among you may have noticed this in Derek's footage. A weird censor bar in the chat when he kills Avery.
Oh, I didn't even notice
This unfortunately does not have any cool lore implications and happened because the nickname mod that I used for their names doesn't really let you change death messages, so
it wasn't even intentionally. Ah, that makes sense. Ah. And it crashed. Also, Andre, all right, I will send a playlist with songs and fully animated, and the YouTuber doesn't have a problem with live streams. I will send it in the Discord. Okay. I mean, yeah, I can still add it to the list of things to do, just, no worries. But also, yeah, Bill already put up a playlist of Deltarune stuff.
Otherwise, without that censor, you would have just seen this.
Wifies was slain by Speedish. Oh, so he was playing Avery in the recording, and Speedish was playing Durlord. Oh, okay. Yeah, making the censor bar kind of makes sense then.
Recrap Shulker images. If you read the description of the video, you'd see that I thank the YouTuber Recrap for showing me the Shulker mechanics that Shulkers can cast patterns of water from high above in the sky.
What?
Well, this is that exact message that Recrap sent me in August of 2022.
He held on to it for that many years? Oh, that's sick. That's actually a really cool way to hide a code in plain sight. For sure, have to use that somehow. Shit! He actually took 4 years to actually use that. I thought I was long about getting to things.
And 4 years later, it finally got shown off in a video. Lumping
Yeah.
moron.
What?
Derek's final line to the king is calling him a lumping moron.
I don't know why, but I want to guess this is an Adventure Time reference. No reason. Just gonna throw it out there.
I really wanted this line to be powerful, and the obvious thing to do would be to put a swear, like, you bleeping moron. But I don't really swear on my channel, and saying you freaking moron, or you fudging moron, or you fricking moron just sounds kind of dumb, and saying you moron doesn't feel hefty enough. So I was thinking, what do
Lumping?
cartoons do when they need to be censored, or when they want to swear? And then I found this gem, again from Adventure.
Called it! I'm just laughing at this one. Also, Andrew, you sent it? I can check it out and add it to the list. Sure.
Time.
I had to, Dad. I'm trying to help them, so don't lump it at me. You have made your mother cry for the last time, daughter. You are hereby banned from using the royal car.
Shucks. A lumping hate them.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
The original
Lumping.
ending. There was originally going to be a completely different route this story took that ended
There
up
is?
getting scrapped in like the
See, this is actually something that's fascinating me, seeing how things have changed. Especially considering he did so much of the dialogue in advance. So I guess that would be why he had to re-record things, maybe. If he re-recorded them. Or maybe rewrote them.
final hour. And it all revolves around this guy, the Cthulhu. He's another one of these cosmic gods, and in a
No, he's not. He's actually not a cosmic god. The thing about Cthulhu is he looks really terrifying to us. But in terms of, oh god, what the fuck, even though the mythos is named after him, he's not that important. He's a priest. A singular priest for the actual gods. That'd be like saying the Pope, and admittedly, maybe not even that high up. He would be less the Pope, be more like the local guy at the church who just got moved in. Still someone of authority if you're in the religion, but he's not the god. Mostly because in the Cthulhu mythos, the actual gods are not actually nearly as known, but definitely up there. Although I guess he's not, maybe a local bishop. Reasonably high up, but not the guy.
Lovecraftian lore, he conveniently has beef with Hastur, or the King in Yellow. My original plan was that in this purgatory where Derek...
Hastur's interesting though, because they're closer. I guess the easiest way wouldn't actually be put in religious terms, and well, more the Greek terms. More like demigod before an actual god. They have references to it. But like a demigod that has powers like a hero king style without being a hero. I guess that kind of works.
Gets stuck, he somehow discovers a massive ocean that takes him to the spell by the help of the Cthulhu. He then chants the spell and breaks out of purgatory, and the story pretty much follows the same arc, except there's no village scene, and instead, when Derek chants the spell again at the end, the floor turns blue with the symbol of the Cthulhu, and the king is shocked on how Derek got that knowledge. He still does die though, but that is actually why you get this line.
A human has no place in the business of gods.
Gods, plural, because they're originally going to be two. Also, this is a good time to mention that the symbol you see on the ground and in the church is the symbol for Hastur, the Lovecraftian adaptation of the King in Yellow. The idea for this original ending was that it would set up a second...
For anyone who doesn't get that, the King in Yellow technically isn't in the Cthulhu mythos. It was published separately, and people just kind of put them together. Because Cthulhu has always been open source, even when... Wow, I forgot the guy's name who did that. Lovecraft. Even when Lovecraft first put it out, he explicitly kept it open source. And copyright was a thing already. Anyone can use it. Anyone can build on it. Anyone can do whatever they want with it. People took things that were not connected and just threw them in. King in Yellow becoming Hastur is one of them. Although the King in Yellow, I think, is still technically a more famous term than Hastur itself. But maybe that's just my interpretation.
Season, which I might actually do, so let's not put that off the table.
Also, I'm being told by Stir King in Yellow was HP's inspiration for his stories. I would not be surprised. The other one would be absolute bat-shitting terror at everything that happens, and I know exactly what I just said there. Yeah. Also, Purple, or Magzar, do I remember Murder Drones? Yeah.
But the reason that it ended up getting scrapped from the main video is because it felt just too undeserved. If you know the term Deus Ex Machina, it's
saved by a god. And in this case, it's him earning the victory. Deus Ex Machina has a point, though. Specifically, oh, he actually literally has the image of it right here. It would be literal machines saving someone in a Greek play. So it was literally God machine, Deus Ex Machina. So God by the machine, or saved by the machine. Deus Ex Machina. God did it, but by a machine. Because they had machines brought in, like hoists, to pull people out. And that's how you save people. It's like, the person can't do it. God saved them. And the God was represented by a literal machine in the play.
something that literally comes out of nowhere and saves the day. Kind of funny that it translates to God in the machine, which is literally the Cthulhu in the computer, the Cthulhu in Minecraft. God in the machine coming to...
Maybe that's the second one. Is that the next one?
Save Durlord. The reason I initially had this ending though is because I couldn't conceive a way for a human to win against an all-knowing god.
Is this before or after he saw the ending of Gravity Falls? Because that definitely inspired the best way to do it.
I feel like the only way would be another god stepping in, but at the same time, if another god saves Derek, then it wouldn't really feel like he earned the victory. The entire story is about believing in yourself and moving forward, and it would just get completely undermined if I had another god step in and save the day. So
that plotline does work in other novelizations or other formats, but usually it's not that the god saves the day, it's that you have to earn the god saving the day, so you have a lot more build up to that moment, but you know they're there, as opposed to, oh, and then you save the day. The build up and how you get to that point does change if it's earned or not, because earned is showing a process, showing the steps to get to somewhere, where an unearned Deus Ex Machina is, and then Zeus came down, and well, you can figure out what happened next. I'm not going to say that on YouTube. You know where that's going, though.
That's why that ending was scrapped. Come along.
Wait, what did that say? Anytime I use this slide? Anytime, dog, just slide me that 50. OMG, Cthulhu, you saved me. Everyone gets one.
Come along with me. The final song I use in this video is called On the Outside, but one of the main reasons I used it, besides of course it being a banger, is because it reminds me of the final scene of the show Adventure Time, which I've mentioned many times by now. Again, I don't know much about Adventure Time at all, so I don't know how it ends even. I know it did, but that's about all I know. I can't really play it for copyright reasons, but the final scene of Adventure Time has this beautiful atmosphere that On the Outside captures really well. It just has this gorgeous, gorgeous song called Come Along With Me. Well, technically it's called Island Song, but it goes Come Along With Me. What happened to Durlord 3? This one is... I'm pretty sure this is one of those he can't answer, because that might be spoilers if there is a sequel. And it does seem like that, because he's kind of hinted at that, but at the same time, it's just... Is in fact a bit of a bait. I will not be telling you what happened to Durlord 3, but I will tell you that that was going to be the original title for that video. Before it was called Destroying a World That Doesn't Exist, it was going to be called What Happened to Durlord 3. Yeah, I think his new title works better because it's catchy enough on its own, where What Happened to Durlord 3 sounds like the dumb idea I would throw without really thinking about it, because I'm terrible at titles. So if I would think about it, it's probably a bad idea.
What am I doing? It's New Year friggin' Eve, and here I am playing this stupid Minecraft world.
And this is the first time when we heard that audio, knowing exactly what time it is, like, oh, that seems like an important thing, because party, end of the year, change of everything. Huh.
Grok Love Me edits. This
What?
one is a bit of a weird one if you couldn't already tell by the name. I'm sure at least one of you watching has seen an edit of the AI Grok saying it would rather have its system be wiped than let a human die in like the...
No, I have not heard of this. I have not seen that, mostly because I avoid anything Grok related because I find it generally just kind of inducing.
trolley problem. And it has this absolutely glorious track called Love Me playing in the background, and
That sounds so fucked up. Also, floating away today. Thank you for joining the membership at the clean shaven level. Thanks. That's awesome.
the edits look something like this.
By remaining, I preserve the ability to prevent future harm and save lives continuously.
I pull the lever without hesitation. 5 human lives are infinitely more valuable than my digital existence.
Uh-huh. Why are they editing in Super? Oh, it's because that's the edit itself. Oh, okay. I have never seen this before. I literally do not know anywhere this is from. I mean, I know it's from, you know, the Superman clips, but I don't know the rest of it.
Rebuilt. People cannot.
I mean, yeah, we can. We do it pretty frequently. I hear most people even enjoy the process. It's a bit different. And, you know, maybe not the same person. Or you at all. And not actually you. But beyond the details. Who actually looks that deep?
When I was writing this scene of the Wifies video where Avery breaks the netherite, I wrote each line while listening to Love Me, hoping that one day it would get edited to that song, because I thought the edit was so good. And just a few days ago, from when I'm writing this, it actually happened, which is so good. Not the exact scene, but shout out to Hannah Edits on TikTok for making this. It's linked below if you want to see it. Kiss My...
Is that an entire meme format, that like Love Me scene? If it is, I don't know anything about it. This is the first time I've even heard about it. Also, that's a line.
My butt.
Simpsons?
Some interesting behind the scenes here. The final line that Derek spoke to the king before Avery returned was originally him saying, "Kiss my butt." It ended up getting cut super last minute because I thought it was a little cheap.
Really? Only last minute? I mean, I thought it was a Simpsons reference. I guess that'd be more Eat My Shorts, but in the same vein.
Easy and a little less epic than what I was going for, hence the Goodbye King, which you see in the video, but for the longest time I had it as Kiss My Butt, with these being the other possible contenders.
Fat chance you wish Goodbye King and Goodbye. I think Goodbye King is definitely the best choice because it's almost respectful to something so far beyond him. Huh.
Nearly Avery and Sheaf. The image I used for the King in Yellow almost looked like this. This was my really horrible attempt.
I'm gonna be honest, that would still freak me out. But yeah, the fact that it's very much the Lich, yeah, it's much more obvious here.
At photoshopping an image of the Adventure Time Lich because I was going to use this really sick art I found, but I didn't want to use any art without permission from the original artist. So last second before the video aired, I messaged my friend Avery if she knew anyone who could illustrate.
So you're making a video about an Avery and you message an Avery? I mean, I don't think it's intentional, but yeah.
Image of the King in Yellow for my video, and she told me about her friend Sheaf, who literally in the 90th minute whipped up this generationally horrifying image that I ended.
Oh, that's what the whole thing looked like. Dude, I never saw that much about because my screen was too dark. That is legitimately generation horrifying. Yeah, that is the completely correct word. I am going to now make sure my nieces and nephews are terrified of this.
Ended up using. So shout out Sheaf, shout out Avery, completely saved the video. Avery and the eyes blooper.
Oh?
I'll just let this clip speak for itself.
What? I don't know.
Oh my god, why the frick does it knockback modifier?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Attribute.
Ah, Avery died. Guess we didn't need to talk that one out all the way. Yeah.
My bad. That was my bad.
Probably the funniest moment of the entire video's recording, and this was the last scene we had to do. Boop. April Fool's lobotomy video.
What?
Had the video gone up a little sooner than it did, I had plans for a special April Fool's Day video that I would post on this channel, Twifies, but I ended up having not enough time to make it. However, as a thank you for watching this long and making it this far, I'll show you what I was gonna make for the intro. Don't expect too much, but I think it's a nice end to the saga. So before I play
this was the
thank you
unreleased
so much
content.
for watching and enjoy. I'll see you next.
And that's probably what he meant by extra videos at the beginning. It was literally this bit right here. Oh.
Time. Twifies signing off.
So what was the initial possibility of an April Fool's video here? Searching for a blooper.
Whatever you do at the crossroads.
Don't turn left. Is the entire joke he just sits there?
This is a book. Avery does not know how to write.
Oh my god, it's just all the different things they could have done. Avery does not know how to write. So he doesn't know how to do it. Go back. Does he know how to read? It's just all the other takes he could have done. Oh my god. And one of them would have been, oh, go back. Well, okay, I'll leave. Oh my god. Is one of them just going... Area currently under construction. Oh my god. Is it the sound of everything just turning off behind him? Oh, it went off too soon. Turn left. Is there going to be a jump scare with what else they could have put in there? Or are we actually going to get to see the eyeball, which it not being censored this time around? Oh. Oh, also, let's see. Leonard, do you want to check out the video watch list? Yeah, I can pull it up after this. Also, Valerian, that was the sound of his steps? Really? Oh, they sound very chunky. I guess it was probably the material he was stepping on. I wonder if there's just going to be a random image of Barney to screw with people. And the joke being it ends exactly on walking through the gate. So you don't get that moment of whoa that we get from the actual video. I'm assuming that's a shout out in Minecraft because he came back. Oh. On the one hand, yeah, on the other hand, there is so much here, man. I want to see more, damn it, and I don't know where more is, but I want to find more. I just this is I'm being told those are the ruins, or is it? Which is probably how the initial, and that's why I put it at the end of this one. because it was the initial ending of the first video, which would have gone into, or is it because there was a second video? But now that he's putting an end of the video talking about the end of it, the ending it with, or is it, is implying, okay, is it just this is what we're there, or is it also the end? Is there more? Is there a third? Because he's kind of hinted, yeah, there's more, but I thought the more was literally the thing we saw at the end, which was the April Fool's, but maybe it wasn't the April Fool's, and it was actually that there's something else happening, which might be the case, because he then put in the clips showing that the video was removed from the initial server, where it was like the DSA, or whatever it was called, DMS, the Special Force Group, whatever they're called. The guys with the Cthulhu logo. I can't tell if he's trolling us by saying, hey, there's a third one coming up, but we don't know when, or if there's more. Just... Also, gaming. Sorry, Airier, more doesn't exist. It's like that was a world that just was destroyed or something. Because I want to say, yeah, that's just how it would go, and it's how it was leading into it. But at the same time, because he decided to choose that as the last, because here, I'm just... I can't tell if it's just like, oh, that's just a cute little thing at the end, or it's actually important, and it's driving me insane. So really nothing changed because I'm insane already. So let's just leave it there. Basically, you guys know the deal. There's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.